Good evening, I'm Sarah Sapsanama. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. Nepali Congress and CPNUML yet to publish details of their 7-point agreement, ruling leaders themselves unaware, Premier Oli taking floor test on Sunday. Government prepares to activate the Land Commission to manage landless quarters following Supreme Court's order. Freed bonded labour yet to receive IDs despite the lapse of 24 years. Bangladesh orders schools and universities to close indefinitely after 6 people were killed in protests. The Nepali embassy in Bangladesh urges Nepali students to seek refuge at safer locations. And ANFA approves a budget of 22.4 million rupees for Women's League. 10 teams to participate in the tournament beginning next month. Questions are being raised towards CPNUML and Nepali Congress as the two parties have yet to publish a detailed 7-point agreement of 1st of July reached between their respective party leaderships. Even leaders of the two parties have yet to see the clauses of the agreement. The first clause suggests amendment of the Constitution. However, it is unclear which article would be amended. The second calls for the formation of a national consensus government. However, the agenda was not addressed by Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli while forming the government, which includes just 4 parties. The third point aims at stability in national politics and reviving the economy, which has been redundant to every party's manifesto. The fourth clause mentions that Prime Minister Oli will lead the government for 2 years and the remaining term of the government will be handed to Congress President Sher Bahadur Deua. The agreement also includes the division of provincial positions between the two parties. On Thursday last week, while speaking with Kantipur Television, CPNUML General Secretary Shankar Pokhrel had said that the agreement would be released for public on Friday when the government was formed, which has yet to happen now. And now the leaders from the two parties have themselves begun expressing reservations. Lawmakers from CPN Maui Centre and Rashtra Swatantra Party had even demanded for the release of the agreement at Monday's Parliament session. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli is to seek the vote of confidence on Sunday, the 21st of July. According to Chief Whip of ruling coalition Mahesh Bartola, Prime Minister Oli is to seek the vote of confidence at the House of Representatives on Sunday, saying proceeding with regular works would be easy by receiving the vote of confidence at the earliest. A decision had been taken for the floor test on 21st of July.
6 गते विश्वासको मतले नै हामीले कार्यतालिका तय गरेका छौं। यो बीचमा हामी अन्य दलहरुसँग पनि छलफल गर्ने छौं, संवाद गर्ने छौं, विश्वासको मतको पक्षमा मतदान गर्नका लागि अपिल गर्ने छौं। मलाई विश्वास छ धेरै भन्दा धेरै दलहरुले सरकारका पक्षमा विश्वासको मत जाहेर गर्ने अवस्था बन्नेछ।
Based on the constitutional provision, a vote of confidence must be taken within 30 days of the appointment as the Prime Minister. CPNUML Chair Oli had assumed his office as the Prime Minister on 15th of July. As Oli was appointed the Prime Minister of the government formed by 2 largest parties of the Parliament, he will find it easy to pass the floor test. The current government includes Nepali Congress, CPNUML, Janata Samajwadi Party and Loktantrik Samajwadi. These parties have almost 2/3 representation at the Parliament. Now, management of landless quarters has remained a massive headache for the government for many years. The government does not even have data on the total number of landless quarters across the country. Commissions are formed to address the problems of these landless quarters after formation of each government, but the issues have yet to be resolved. After the order of the Supreme Court for identification of landless quarters inside Kathmandu Valley and alternatives for their management, the government has begun formulating a new strategy. The government has begun preparations after the Supreme Court directed for proper management of the landless quarters, taking refuge along the river banks inside Kathmandu Valley and to vacate such areas. Landless quarters have occupied 27 locations along the banks of Bagmati River in Kathmandu alone. The high-powered Committee for Integrated Development of the Bagmati Civilization has prepared data of 3,459 households certified by the Ward Committee. The government has made preparations to manage the landless quarters by activating the Land Commission by resolving policy-level complications. An apartment has been built in Ichangunarayan to manage the landless quarters inside Kathmandu Valley. The apartment can accommodate 232 families. However, the landless quarters had not agreed to live there. The Supreme Court has directed to use the same accommodation facility and find alternatives if it is inadequate. The high-powered Committee for Integrated Development of Bagmati Civilization has claimed that the problem of landless squatters was not resolved in the past because of lack of coordination. The committee has said that the order of the Supreme Court must be implemented with collaboration among the National Land Commission, local levels and the security departments. There is no exact data on the number of landless squatters inside Kathmandu Valley. Despite formation of several commissions for the management, in the past, the Land Commission was not able to generate exact data. Former officials of the National Land Commission have said that the settlements of landless squatters along the Bagmati river banks could not be removed without exact data. In fact, the Supreme Court has ordered the government to provide cash to those landless squatters who disagree to live in the apartment built by the government and to vacate the public land they had been occupying. If the management of these squatters is to begin from Kathmandu Valley, it would pave the way for implementation of the same model to address the issue in other districts as well. Moving on, the government abolished the Kamaiya system on the 17th of July 2000 and freed 18,288 individuals across the country. Despite the lapse of 24 years since the announcement, many freed Kamaiyas have yet to receive their identity cards, while many have not been included in the list of freed Kamaiyas. On the day when they should have been celebrating their freedom, they have shared grievances regarding the government indifference towards their resettlement. In the absence of identity cards, the freed Kamaiyas have not been able to educate their children and have been facing trouble during government-related works. During their Kamaiya days, they had to wake up early in the morning and think of serving their landlords or the so-called masters. After being freed, they began to think about themselves and their family members, but most have yet to receive their ID cards. Despite participating in many movements, many such individuals have not been included in the list of freed Kamaiyas of the government. The government announcement of abolishing the Kamaiya system back in the year 2000 has yet to be practically implemented. More than 2,000 freed Kamaiyas have yet to receive their ID cards. In the absence of these cards, they have been facing trouble in educating their children and at government offices. Of the 1,426 freed Kamaiyas who have received their identity cards in Dang, only 688 have received the certificate of ownership of land. Freed Kamaiyas at 14 camps across the district have just one demand, which is the immediate collection of data and their proper management. Despite the formation of 18 entities in the name of committees, task forces and commissions, the change in such entities with change in governments have led to failure in ensuring proper management of the freed Kamaiyas, landless Dalits and squatters. It is time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before today's question, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we asked you what should be done to achieve the goals set by the 16th five-year plan. 52% voted for option A, effective implementation, 4% for B, coordination between government units, and 44% for C, stable politics. And here's today's question. Why have problems of the freed Kamaiyas not been addressed even after 24 years of them being declared freed? Your options are A, government indifference, B, procedural errors, and C, lack of pressure. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Finance Bishnu Paudel has assured of releasing payments to construction businesses at the earliest. At a meeting with a team of the Federation of Nepalese Chamber of Commerce and Industries (FNCCI), Minister Paudel shared commitment of creating an environment where the construction businesses will not have to knock on the doors of the government about their payments. He also assured of addressing the issue of dedicated and trunk lines. Saying the main problem of the moment was the low morale of the business sector, Minister Paudel added that the main priority of the government would be to boost the confidence. During the meeting, FNCCI President Chandra Dhakal had shared grievances of the construction businesses about not receiving payment even after completing their projects. He also suggested the government to form a joint mechanism or a commission, including the private sector, to understand the problems of the investors and boost their morale. Saying problems in the microfinances and cooperatives had slowed down transactions even in the rural regions, Dhakal said that such issues had to be addressed through the coming monetary policy. Now, in our Public Voice segment, today we've asked in several provinces, how is the monitoring scenario in their regional markets? Let's take a look at what they had to say.
चाडपर्वको बेला अनुगमन हुन्छ अरु बेला चाहिँ खासै अनुगमन हुन्न
अनुगमनहरु त आइरहेका हुन्छन् अब मन लाग्दी भाउहरु लिन्छन्
अनुगमन गर्ने मान्छे कहीं पनि गएर आफ्नो काम पूरा गरिरहेको छैन
चाडबाड दशैं तिहार आउने ओर्ने बेलामा चाहिँ आउनुहुन्छ बेला बेला हैन वर्षमा एकचोटी जस्तो चाहिँ देखाछ यसो हेर्नुहुन्छ यस्तो भएन भन्नुहुन्छ अनि जानुहुन्छ फेरि फर्केर आउनुहुन्न
अनुगमन गर्नुपर्ने निकायले चाहिँ राम्रोसँग अनुगमनहरु गरिरहेको छैन जति पनि गरिराख्नु भएको छ उहाँहरुले यो चाहिँ पर्याप्त भएको छैन
अनुगमन त हुन त भइराछ तर खासै प्रभावकारी भइराछ छैन
बजारमा अनुगमन चाहिँ भइराको छ तर एकरूपता सबै छैन
गुणस्तर पनि अलि कमजोर छ डेट एक्सपायर भएको सामान धेरै भेटिया छ
प्रत्येक दोकान अनुसार मूल्य पनि फरक पर्न जान्छ अनुगमन चाहिँ महिनै पछि अथवा महिनामा दुई चोटी सम्म पनि हुन पर्ने पालिकाले यसमा ध्यान दिनै पर्छ
वर्षमा एक पटक आउने हुन् गर्ने कुरा राम्री चाहिँ सरकारले चाहिँ यसको राम्री चाहिँ हेर्दिनु पर्ने हो
महँगो सामान भेटिरहेछ बजारमा हेर्नवाला कोही छैन
अनुगमन गर्ने व्यक्ति हामीसँग भेटै भएको छैन केही थाहा छ
डेट एक्सपायर भएको प्रोडक्टहरु राखिराखन कसैले अनुगमन गर्दैन अनुगमन गर्ने एक दिन गर्छन् भोलिपल्टदेखि त्यही सुरु हुन्छ
स्थानीय निकाय जिल्ला प्रशासनद्वारा नियमित रूपमा चाहिँ भइराको चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ देखेको छु तर पनि बजारमा चाहिँ मूल्यमा चाहिँ एकरूपता नभइराको चाहिँ एकदम जनगुनासो छ
नगर क्षेत्रभित्रका केही व्यापारिक केन्द्रहरूमा विविध वस्तुहरूको बजार अनुगमन गर्ने काम गरिएको छ
कहीँ अलिअलि भयो भन्ने चाहिँ सुन्न आएको छ तर त्यस्तो रेगुलर छैन
एउटै सामान 1000 मा किन्छ कोही एउटै सामान 2000 मा किन्छ छैन त्यस्तो केही छैन
डेट एक्सपायर भएको सामानहरू बिक्री भए नभएको आदि कुराहरू चाहिँ बेला बेलामा चेक जाँच गरिरहेको भए राम्रो हुन्थ्यो
Schools and universities across Bangladesh have been shut until further notice after 6 people were killed in protests over quotas in government jobs. University students have been holding rallies for days against the system of reserving some public sector jobs for the relatives of war heroes who fought for the country's independence from Pakistan in 1971. Some jobs are also reserved for women, ethnic minorities and the disabled. A third of posts are kept for the family members of those categorized as war heroes. The students argue that the system is discriminatory and they want recruitment based on merit. Several cities, including the capital Dhaka, this week witnessed clashes between supporters of the anti-quota movement and their opponents, particularly the student wing of the governing Awami League known as the Bangladesh Chhatra League. Student groups attacked each other with bricks and sticks. Police fired tear gas and used rubber bullets to disperse the clashing groups. Hasina's government abolished the reservation in 2018 following protests, but a court ordered the authorities to reinstate the quotas in early June, triggering the latest round of protests. Officials say 3 people were killed in southern port city of Chittagong and 2 in Dhaka, while 1 student was killed in the northern city of Rangpur by a stray bullet. Meanwhile, the Nepali embassy in Bangladesh has urged the Nepali students to seek refuge at safer places, not to venture outside of their hostels unless very important, and follow the directives of the administration of their colleges. The embassy has also directed the Nepali students in Bangladesh to contact Second Secretary Yojana Bamjan and Riya Chetri in cases of difficulties. Issuing a release, the embassy has said that it has been in constant communication with the Bangladesh government departments and college administrations to ensure the safety of Nepali students. It is time now for another short break. We'll be right back.
Sports News.
The 7th Executive Committee meeting of All Nepal Football Association held at the Anfa complex in Satubatu has allocated 22,468,690 rupees for this year's Women's League. The meeting was organized virtually and was chaired by President Pankaj Vikram Nembang. Besides Nembang, Vice Presidents Deepak Khatiwada and Dawa Lama, General Secretary Kiran Rai, ex-co-members Mahendra Chetri, Manish Joshi, Purushottam Thapa attended the virtual meeting from Anfa complex, while Tika Lama, Maniraj Bishta, Bharat Budh Thapa, Bikash Narayan Shrestha, Sarita Shrestha Maliku, Pema Dolma Lama and Dipender Dhimal joined from their respective places. The meeting discussed on the budget and the modality of Anfa Women's League. Anfa General Secretary Kiran Rai answered queries from various members regarding the league. Based on the decisions, the Women's League of this year will include 10 teams. The tournament will include 45 matches in the initial stage under single round-robin format. 5 best teams from this stage will proceed to the Super League, which will include 20 matches under double round-robin format. 4 best teams from the Super League will progress to the qualifiers, eliminator and final match. With this, a total of 69 matches will be played in the tournament. ENFA has also approved the budget for the Women's League 2024, 2025 and 26. For this year's league, ENFA has allocated 22,468,698 rupees. For the Women's League qualifiers 2025, ENFA has set aside 8,173,571 rupees. The National Football Governing Body has allocated 25.2 million rupees each for Women's League, 9.1 million for the qualifiers, and in 2026 and 25.6 million for Women's League 2026. Church Boys United have edged past 3-star club 1-0 at the ENFA Under-18 Youth League. In their first win of the ongoing league, Church Boys broke the deadlock in the 45th minute through Aman Bahadur Tamang. It was his second goal of the season. Trailing in the first half, 3-star failed to make a comeback in the match despite putting up an improved performance in the second half. The solitary goal from Tamang was then enough for Church Boys to earn 3 points. Despite scoring first in their first match of the league, Church Boys had suffered a 2-1 defeat against NRT. Meanwhile, 3-star have now suffered 2 defeats at the ongoing league. 3-star were thumped 7-2 by Nepal Police before this. And that's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.